Miss McDowell here again with Thursday's expectations. I again am on the virtual learning schedule that you'll access through the Combs or the Gator Gallery of Learning on the Combs website. And I'm going to talk you through the math and social studies expectations for Thursday as well. Or again, sorry. These next set of slides are about actually dividing decimals by whole numbers. I know we've done whole numbers by decimals before, and you have kind of an option here as to whether or not I have linked the slides again. These are ones that you can kind of self-guide yourself through if you want to, because if you do them in present mode, you can actually see that they don't always, they don't present with everything on the slide. So you can kind of see the process and the steps along with the new words or words that you're seeing pop up as well, like text boxes. So we've given that as an option for math, as well as instead of doing that works for some of you for this particular lesson. I do a screencast to kind of walk you through the steps and what's happening in case you need that extra kind of assistance or help there. So you can either access them on your own, or you can watch the screencast, or go ahead and watch the screencast and then have the slides to access on your own after. And then I also, for this particular lesson, created an activity, not an activity, I'm sorry, not a screencast for this one, a video of me walking you through dividing decimals by whole numbers. I do 3 more practice problems with you. 2 of them I do in model form, and then the next 2 I do in standard algorithm, and 1 is actually a word problem. So you can see us talking through a word problem and why you're actually dividing the decimal and not dividing the whole. And then the next part, after you complete those 3 things or go through those 3 things, you are welcome to try the lesson 2 activity. Looks a lot like the other one that you had earlier in the week on Tuesday. You have 3 practice where you're dividing decimals by whole numbers, and you can use the model. You're welcome to, again, file, make a copy, and it'll, if you just move it to your own drive, I would say move to, takes a while, my drive, and you can click there. If you have editing features through there, just make sure you make a copy because you won't be able to edit on the actual page. You can also print it, again, if you have that capability, or you can just do it on a separate sheet of paper. It's completely up to you, whatever works best for you. And then again, 3 word problems down there for you to try. Remember, this is already telling you you're dividing decimals by whole numbers, so make sure your decimal is your dividend and your whole number is your divisor this time. All right, and then I also created a mixed review quiz for dividing decimals and dividing wholes. So that comes up here. This actually, when you put in the answers and then you submit, it'll show you which ones you got right and wrong. Has points off to the side, but no one's grading you on this. It's just showing you, oh, you got a 10 out of 15 or whatever it is out of. At the bottom, there is a challenge. This is called Mixed Review Quiz. All of these here, 1 through 9, are all dividing either decimals by whole numbers or whole numbers by decimals. But the challenge down here, it gives you a hint and says it is multiplication. So you will need to use multiplication and not division to solve this one. So just make sure you remember that. Again, this is optional because it is a challenge to figure out, hey, am I dividing the decimal or am I dividing the whole? And so just remember that when you go into this. Okay. The next part for Thursday, Dreambox again should be getting on 20 minutes each day. So at the end of the week, we should see you on for at least an hour because 20 times 4 is 60. So that would be 60 minutes or an hour. And then you listen to the book or you listen to a book of your choosing or read to self for 15 minutes. The last part here is is about the Trail of Tears. It's your second lesson this week for social studies. So if you click on here, you'll see Miss S go through her slides for the Trail of Tears in case you need to listen to that and learn about the Trail of Tears and what that actually means. And then, again, she has a Google worksheet for you here. You can click on, remember, worksheets are different than the quizzes, so it's not going to show you which ones you got right once you submit it. And you're welcome to go through this while you go through your screencast, or go through your screencast and then do that afterwards while you take notes. You should be taking notes during your screencast, though, because she doesn't link just the slides here. All right, and then here, if you need the printable version, you can just print it through here. Okay, and it gives you the printable version if you have that option. All right, and then she again listed some optional kind of videos or activities. This is just more about the Trail of Tears. So they have some exhibits you can like view online, some other cool videos to watch about the hardships and kind of issues on the Trail of Tears. They also have a podcast that's pretty cool, and kind of share some stories about the cultural aspects of the Trail of Tears. And then they have a photo gallery. So if you wanted to go there. And then I think the last thing she linked is a video review. So again, a Trail of Tears video review from YouTube. Okay. And so that'll kind of help you if you need more Trail of Tears options, but you should be able to answer everything on the worksheet through the lesson screencast. Okay. And then if you want to spend 30 minutes on specials this day, you are also welcome to do that. Let us know if you have any questions.